Good morning and happy Sabbath. I'm Robin Phyllis here at the Bible Seventh-day Adventist Church, and we have just had a lovely Sabbath day experience. We're just going to go ahead and go interview people on today's Sabbath Divine Hour and all in that. Our first interviewees will actually be our guest pastor today, Pastor Grant Lottering, and his wife. So let's go, guys.
My Sabbath school was focused on rest, which is one of the important pieces that helps us in our well-being, besides exercise and diet. And I emphasized a little bit on the importance of having a good night's rest. And that could include staying away from distractions such as electronics, having a recognized schedule, eating properly and on time. And those little things can help us to improve our quality of sleep, which is so needed for our well being and in our decision making.
Well, today's sermon will be about Daniel chapter 4, and it will be titled When God Becomes Personal. And I look at the story of Nebuchadnezzar. There's an element in the book of Daniel that shows us how God's grace pursued Nebuchadnezzar. First, God's grace pleaded with Nebuchadnezzar to come to repentance. When he did it, that grace started pulling Nebuchadnezzar. God became more personal with him and tried to pull him towards repentance. Unfortunately, Nebuchadnezzar did not yield to that pull, and God then pushed him to repentance through the experience that he went through for those 7 years when he had to leave the kingdom. But at the end of the day, when he lifted up his eyes towards God and he accepted God's grace, he became the product of God's grace. And so through Nebuchadnezzar's life, we can see that God's grace pursues all of us until we finally become the product of God's good and amazing grace.
Well, yeah, it's good to be back in the sunny weather. I must say, I've forgotten how hot it can get, but yeah, I'm enjoying the sunshine and the warmth.
Yeah, Cape Town has become considerably hotter these days, and where we live now in Canada, it's cold. It sometimes get -20, -40 even. So this has been a very different experience to have this kind of heat. But home is where the heart is, and I love coming to Belleville. Belleville has been a home for me for so long. So I'm very happy to be here, very excited to see everyone here today. And I am just feeling blessed, and I hope the church will also be blessed today as we worship together.